to the front, and then we'll just start we're talking about careers today, right? So we want to give you guys some new technology, which is, as they say, hot off the presses. This is brand new to Alberta, brand new to Canada. It's, if you go on Google it, you won't even hardly find this technology yet, but it's coming in Alberta. My name's Jeff Beagle, and my partner is Bear Moffat.
Hi.
And our company is called Samtech, and that stands for Subsurface Acid Management. Okay. And so what our little demonstration here shows, this here represents a high pressure gas pipeline right here, and this represents a cut and cap well center. Okay. So in the province, you guys, just to give you the size of this, the enormity of what we're talking about, in Alberta there's 400,000 well centers in the province, so 400,000 of those. Okay, pipelines, there's over 500,000 kilometers in Alberta. Okay, so what we see in the ground, so there's huge amounts of spaghetti of pipelines in the province. Okay, so it's large and it's huge, and that's just two items of what we see in oil and gas. We have underground storage tanks, we have a number of other things buried out there. So this technology is a very potential to be very enormous. So in doing our business, we've been burying these things in the province for over 100 years. So they're all across the province. And so when we go out to put in new lines or excavate to these lines or open them up for whatever reason, we might want to re-enter a well bore, we might want to repair a pipeline. There's 100 reasons why we go back. We might be putting a new pipeline in, and we're going to cross this pipeline with one going this way. Okay, so we have to cross under that pipeline, so we need to be able to locate that. So those rules are governed by our province on how we can dig in the earth, and the fact that we have to identify what's in the earth. Okay, the problem is there's so much of it out there. It's 100 years old. People lose track of it. Okay, well, oil companies get bought all the time. You know, give you an example, CNRL bought Talisman Energy, bought Devon, bought a whole bunch of ConocoPhillips properties. All of a sudden, all this information is popping back and forth all over. What happens in sales? The information gets lost. And with as much stuff that's out there, you know, you lose track of it. So what our technology is gonna help the industry is to be able to tag this stuff with what we call an RFID tag. And that's this thing right here. Okay? RFID stands for radio frequency identification. Okay, this chip is a non-battery powered chip, and it emits a signal. Okay, a specific frequency, and on that chip you can attach information to that. If you want to take a picture of this culvert, if you want to take a picture or video of our group, you can attach that, and that stays on this forevermore. Okay, it attaches it via to the cloud, so it's not actually on the chip, it's in the cloud. So if you ever want to go to that information in the future, update it, add something more on there, it's just simply go on a computer and add that information in there. But it's whatever information you want, which is valuable because now we bury stuff. If we mark them with this information and we got to go back and find it, if we find that tag, we can get the information, right? So if we got a multi-pipeline system crossing over each other and we wanted to mark that and put some pictures, as-built documents on there, we just add that, bury with this, and it's there for future people to find. Very important because in the province, because there is so much stuff, people hit stuff all the time. And our regulator has rules. It's called an escalation ladder. Okay? Oil company hits something, now they're not A students or A people anymore, they're B. And if they hit another one, then they go to C. Eventually, if they hit too many lines, the regulator can come in and start shutting in production, saying, no, you guys are unsafe until you prove to us you're going to be more safe. No more production coming out of that field. All of a sudden, several $1 million disappears in production, and that starts to make CEOs and that start to stand up and pay attention. So you can see how our rod is different colors, right? Red, green, yellow. In the ground disturbance rules in Alberta, it says you cannot dig with mechanical equipment within 60 centimeters of a operating line. So in the future, if you got to come back to this thing, it's just as simple as the top of our rod is green, the middle is yellow, warning, and then red means stop, right? So if you're you're unearthing this and you're up against the rod, you can see that, oh, we're good. Oh, we're getting close. We see the rod and it's like, okay, no more mechanical equipment in it, because we're getting too close.